Welcome back, friends, to TV5 News at 9. We are counting down the days before the Walk for Hope event right here in mid-Michigan. You at home can scan the QR code right there on your screen to register for that event. Now you're in for a real treat today. Joining us this morning, former Detroit Lions player Eric Hipple. Thank you so much for being here. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you, and enjoying some great weather.
Yes.
And looking forward to being up there.
Oh, we're so delighted that you're coming up here. Thank you so much. You are speaking at the Walk for Hope event coming up on August 7th, which is raising funds and awareness for mental wellness and suicide prevention. So why is this topic so meaningful to you?
Well, for me, it's very important for the fact that I lost my son when he was 15 years old, and it's been 22 years ago. I've been joining this walk for 4 years, but I've been to multiple walks along my course journey anyway. And from the point where right afterwards, when it's very painful and healing, and you need to be around other people to understand what their journey is, to the point today where it's almost a celebration of life for me. So I can think about my son Jeff and celebrate with other people the lives that they had, and not so much about the death they had, but it's really about bringing hope to those that are suffering right now, are in the middle of their journey or beginning of their journey, and to let them see the light that they can go forward and enjoy life. But not only that, we have the chance to spread hope to others that this death does not have to happen. The suicide is a preventable death.
That's right. So you're spreading hope and bringing a light to others. Tell us, Mr. Hipple, a little bit about the work that you have done to build awareness for mental health issues and how you've been able to really mix that with your passion for football.
Well, I think if I understand your question that you're asking is that the passion that I had for the game, which was to give it all that you have, and to make a mark. And I think the same passion, same applies with trying to save lives, which is to give it everything that you have. And if it saves one life, then the journey was worth it, and all that passion that you have. But it's really about trying to bring others to a level of quality of life and enjoying life. And whether it's because of grief of the one that they lost, or just maybe they're suffering themselves and struggling. And how do we do that? And so it's really about connection and bringing hope and I would say a sense of well-being to a person. Is that what we're trying to do? Yeah,
that's great. That's a great message. You know, Walk for Hope is all about raising awareness. So what do you want families who may be struggling to know about getting that help?
Well, I think the awareness part is, first of all, is that, like I said, this is a preventable death. And a lot of people don't understand that the person who's thinking about death at the time or suicide is really in an internal struggle where they might feel like a burden to their family, to the world. And that when they feel like that burden, they really don't want to talk about it. They might early on, when they're struggling to start with, but when they start making up their mind that death is an answer, then they don't talk about it as much. And we have to reach into somebody and help them so they to pull them forward. And that's really an awareness for not only the ones that are around in community, but also for the one that might be suffering, to say, hey, you're not a burden. You are, loved, and you are connected. And so trying to bring awareness to how do we prevent that death and its connection.
It really takes all of us to be that support system. You know, mental health can really be a really difficult topic to discuss, but why is it so important to you to share your personal story?
Well, I think my story kind of embodies many people's story, which is I've kind of ridden both sides of the wave, and one was where I was suffering myself and actually contemplated suicide and death, and then when my son did, I understand what he was going through, but not until it was too late. I was one of those ones that wasn't sure about the awareness and even the numbers, in fact, that I never even thought someone at the age of 15 could even think about suicide, much less, take their life. But I was, certainly opened up, unfortunately, and came to that face-to-face. And so the aftermath of that, how it affects a person and a family and a community, after losing somebody. And so both sides of those are really important. The one who might be suffering, but also those around somebody who is struggling.
Well, I have to say thank you again for sharing your personal story. It really has brought so much hope to so many people around the world. Thank you. We appreciate you calling in today.
Well, it's my pleasure. It's very important, and I hope to see you there.
Certainly. Thank you so much. Again, if you at home would like to get involved with this year's Walk for Hope event at Saginaw Valley State University, you can find more information in the hot link section of WNEM.com.